Hi guys, welcome back to the Hugh Jeffries video, and in this video I'm going to be fixing up this iPhone 6 which is given to me for free from a friend. The iPhone screen is currently falling off and isn't responding to touch. The LCD is also having issues with properly displaying a picture, and the battery is most likely needing a replacement given it's the original battery that shipped with the phone. You can see the screen is totally not attached given its adhesive between the plastic frame and the glass has become unstuck. This is very common on replacement displays of low quality as they don't use high quality adhesives or components for the displays. So what I'll need to do is open up the device and fit a test display just to make sure that the touch issue isn't relating to anything that could possibly be affecting the board of the device and is actually just an issue with the display. So taking off and disconnecting the display and battery, I noticed a screw located near the vibrate motor of the iPhone. Taking a look at the display, I noticed that this screw had come from the bottom of the home button bracket, and that was causing the home button to press quite deeply into the phone. And then I can go ahead and connect up a cracked display which I'll be using to test out the phone and make sure that it functions correctly. You can see it boots up but is disabled for 1 hour. As I don't know the password, I'll need to reset the device back to factory settings. So I put the phone into DFU mode, connected it up to my MacBook Pro, and restored the latest iOS version at the time of filming this video, which was iOS 12.1.2. Now running it through a restore will erase everything on the device from the previous owner, which is exactly what I need to do to remove their data so I can put on mine. The only issue is, now that I've gone ahead and reset it, activating the device as new, it will check Apple's servers to see if it's in anyone's Apple ID, and as it still is, it will come up with the activation lock screen. Now that's an easy fix. I just took the phone back to the person who actually gave it to me and she entered her iCloud details and I was able to activate the phone just fine. Activation lock is a security measure and can't be bypassed without the owner's Apple ID username and password. With the screen back off, I can remove the vibrate motor, which hopefully will give me a little bit more room for those battery adhesive tabs, although the first one snapped off quite early, although I was able to retrieve it with a pair of tweezers and remove it fully. The second one unfortunately became stuck on the end of the battery, and no matter what I tried to do, it would not come free from the end of the battery and ended up just snapping off, so I had to resort to the prying method and basically forcefully rip the battery out of the phone. I tell you, these battery adhesive strips are not very well designed. It even ripped the Apple logo out, so I had to stick that back down because that's how strong those adhesive strips are. With the battery removed, I can reinstall the vibrate motor and move along to the display assembly and begin by removing this bracket, which will reveal the front camera flex cable and earpiece, which I'll need to remove and reinstall in the refurbished display. Now this display I'm taking everything off right here isn't actually the one that was on the phone. I've chosen this donor screen as I know the parts in it are working, but obviously I'll transfer across the home button from the display that actually came off of the phone, as it still has functioning Touch ID. Either way, with removing this metal shield, I can install it on the new refurbished panel and start to install the front-facing flex cable, which contains the camera and the earpiece. I'll also be installing a new gasket on the original home button, which will give it a much more snug fit and will stop it from rotating given the new adhesive installed on the button. Now this small step is usually overlooked by repairers, and going this little bit further makes your repairs look so much more professional, and it doesn't matter whether you're doing this for a customer or yourself. I highly recommend going that extra mile because not only does the home button feel much better, but it also is going to last longer as it isn't going to be rotating and tear that cable. With the home button reinstalled in the display, I can install the new battery by applying the new battery adhesive strips to the battery and pressing it down into the phone. It's important not to connect the battery at this point before you connect the display, as that can actually short out when you connect the display. It'll actually fry the backlight and you won't be able to see anything on the display. Before I installed the brackets and sealed everything up, I turned the phone on and gave it a quick test to make sure everything was functioning from the LCD to the touch, and then I could open it back up again and install the 2 remaining brackets, their appropriate screws, and give the inside of the phone a clean with a microfiber cloth. Now, because this is an iPhone 6, I won't need to install a waterproofing seal, so we're pretty much done, and I can seal up the device and reinstall the 2 pentaloop screws in the bottom. So this is it, a restored iPhone 6 for a total cost of $40. Now, I won't be keeping this iPhone, and I'm actually got a customer lined up that wants one of these, so I'm going to be selling this as soon as this video is over. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you stick around, because in the upcoming weeks I've got an iPhone 8 Plus which has suffered catastrophic damage, and I'm going to be repairing that and see if I can get that up and running again. I've also got some Android phones like an LG G6 coming up as well, but more on that in the upcoming weeks. And on that note, this has been a Hugh Jeffries video. If you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and consider checking out the phone restoration playlist to see more videos just like this one. Also, make sure to follow me on my social media, link for which is down in the description. That's all for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.